Road in Bar Harbor. Presented by Disconnected Tattoos, Patriots Homes, and Ray Plumbing and Heating. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to ABC 7 News at 6 live on the road in Bar Harbor. We are so incredibly fortunate to be hosted this evening by the Bar Harbor Historical Society on their beautiful grounds. And just over my left shoulder, you can actually see behind us one of the many interesting points in Bar Harbor. That is Bar Island out in back of us, and you can just see the sandbar that folks traverse to get to and from the island, just starting now to go underwater as high tide rolls in. So hustle up, friends. The tide waits for no one. We'll have much more on what's going on here in Bar Harbor a little later in our show. But first, we do have some headlines to get to. First tonight, first responders from Kentucky and Levant Fire, along with deputies from the Penobscot County Sheriff's Department, are credited with using critical life-saving measures to save the life of a young child, a 3-year-old boy, in what is being called a horrific accident involving a lawn tractor. Just after 6 p.m. on Thursday, a call came in reporting the boy had been accidentally run over by a lawn tractor and sustaining life-threatening injuries. Kentucky first responders and deputies from the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office responding to a residence on Stetson Road in Kentucky after receiving that call. Sheriff Troy Morton tells us that the training given to the first responders and quick thinking got the boy treatment and off to Eastern Maine Medical Center with a police escort so that they could get there quickly. They were able to stabilize the child before he was life-flighted to Boston, where he remains in critical condition. Of course, our thoughts being with the boy and his family tonight. Also, the name of the person killed in a crash in Glenburn has now been released. On May 26th, the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office responded to a serious 2-vehicle crash at the intersection of Hudson Road and Pushaw Road. They say an SUV was traveling south on Hudson Road and a truck pulling a trailer was traveling north. According to officials, as the vehicles neared the intersection, the driver of the SUV attempted to make a left onto the Pushaw Road directly in front of that truck. 65-year-old Linda Burrell of Bradford was a passenger in the SUV and died from her injuries. The driver and 2 people in the truck sustained minor injuries. That crash still under investigation. Well, tonight the Red Cross is experiencing a blood shortage and is asking the public for some help. Scheduled donations account for 90% of all blood donations, and the Red Cross says they've dropped to alarming numbers in recent weeks. This adds concern as the late spring and summer months are considered trauma season, where the Red Cross says severe injuries from incidents like car crashes rise. With the blood supply falling by several thousand units, those at the Red Cross say the time to donate is now.
So right now, the American Red Cross has an urgent need for donors to make appointments to give blood and platelets. And this is to ensure hospitals have what they need to save patient lives. So donors of all blood types, you don't need to know your blood type, are needed to make sure that the blood supply is strong and stable to withstand summer challenges.
And to donate, you can visit redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. Well, today, a group of Maine veterans and their loved ones boarded a flight to Washington, D.C. for a journey that many of them have waited a lifetime to take. The trip is part of Honor Flight Maine, a nonprofit dedicated to recognizing the service and sacrifice of our veterans. Our Alex Schley tells us what this experience means to those veterans making the journey.
So Honor Flight is actually a way to pay back to the veterans who have served our country, so that they get to go down to D.C. and see the memorials that our country had built in honor of their service. So it's a way to give back to the veterans who have given so much to our country.
About 60 veterans from across Maine are headed to Washington, D.C. this weekend, something organizers say each and every one of them has earned.
One of the veterans this morning said, I don't feel like I'm deserving to go. So there's a common theme with veterans when it comes to selfless service. And this is an opportunity for them to have a little bit of selfish service where they get to go down and be honored for their service.
Honor Flight Maine chairman and retired Army Major General Tom Spencer says the group has a packed itinerary, starting Friday night with a visit to Fort McHenry, where Francis Scott Key wrote the Star-Spangled Banner. Saturday, the veterans will tour the memorials and monuments across the nation's capital.
I'm actually excited to see everything.
For many of them, it will be their first time seeing the monuments built in their honor.
I would like to see that Korean monument. Amy over here that works for Honor Flight told me a story about that down there. She was there, and this old gentleman with a Korean War cap on started walking out towards the statues, and Amy had to stop him. She said, "You can't get this close to him." And he said, "Don't worry, ma'am. That statue is me."
On Sunday, family and friends will gather at Bangor International Airport to welcome the heroes home. In Bangor, Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The ribbon on a new dental center in Belfast was officially cut this morning. Our Doug Banks reports.
The project exists because people came together around a shared belief that access to healthcare matters.
A grand opening ceremony for a new dental center in Belfast was held Friday morning. The Penobscot Community Healthcare Seaport Dental Center will operate an 8-chair dental practice. Officials estimate it'll provide care to more than 7,200 patients annually, which comes at a time when officials say there's only one dentist for every 5,700 residents in Waldo County.
27% of low-income people in Maine have 6 or more permanent teeth extracted due to severe decay or gum disease. Think about that, what that does, not just for your smile, which is critical to dignity, but for your health, period.
First imagined in late 2022, officials say the project received $1.3 million in federal funds in March of 2024 from Representative Jared Golden and Senators Angus King and Susan Collins.
Increased access to health care for Mainers across the state, both in rural and more urban communities, is vital.
Projects like this also require skilled professionals to be a part of these teams. And clinics like this create job and career opportunities.
In Belfast, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The historical chairs. A school in Orrington hosted a field day for special education students from surrounding communities this morning. Our Sam Miller was there.
On Friday morning, the Center Drive School hosted its Field Day with Friends event. Modeled after the Special Olympics, it included students from Orrington, Dedham, and Glenburn. The event hosts a variety of different activities for the students to enjoy, ranging from the 100-yard dash to softball throws and bucket stacking. While the students participated, they received fantastic support from their peers, who cheered them on during each event. Event organizers said that seeing the students being active and having fun is extremely rewarding.
Just seeing the joy on the kids' faces and coming together, making new friends, and just having a great time and enjoying each other's company.
As fun as the games were, students said that being inclusive and caring for one another is the most important thing.
Some people think that other people are not as good as other people, so I think it's fun to be out here with people and just like be the same.
Because it's about caring and caring about people you love.
The events concluded with an award ceremony, capping off a fun-filled day of laughter and excitement. In Orrington, Sam Miller, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, things are a little overcast here in Bar Harbor tonight, but it would take a lot more than that to take the shine off of this beautiful place. Let's take a first look now at our forecast.
All right, thank you. Today's first weather is brought to you by Quality Automotive. Quality Automotive in Brewer. Experience the Quality Automotive difference. Reliable service and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment at 922-2043. Taking a look at those temperatures for today. It was a cool one out there for us. We got temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s in many spots. So another cooler day for us. We did have some showers that are in our area for much of the rest of the day for today. They should be light to moderate rain showers, maybe here one pop of thunder or a little lightning, but other than that, nothing too much to worry about. Just another one of those kind of days. It will move out of our area overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, making way for a very cloudy day for us on our Saturday. Taking a look forward tonight, though, temperatures are going to be getting cooler with those temperatures right around 40 degrees. Beth?
Just ahead, we'll have much more on what's happening here in Bar Harbor. Stay with us.
Step inside, sit back, kick back, make yourself comfy, make yourself cozy. Make life simple by choosing Patriot Homes to build and customize your new modular home. From decks, kitchen, and baths, remodeling garages, roofing, and siding. Let us help you design, plan, and build your dream home today. At your door and at your service, Patriot Homes, Eastern Maine's premier home builder.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Bar Harbor, is brought to you by First National Bank, with locations throughout Maine, your Maine community bank. Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 30 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. Spruce & Gussie in Bar Harbor offers products curated for both beauty and function, blending Maine practicality with playful irreverence.
Bobby Charles sounds good, doesn't he? Well, none of it's true. Mr. Crime Fighter? Nope. Bobby Charles has spent 25 years as a Washington, D.C. lobbyist. He'll clean up Augusta? Wrong again. When Charles ran a federal agency, auditors slammed him for poor management and wasting billions of tax dollars. Charles' record was a total disaster. So don't be fooled by Bobby Charles. You can't trust anything he says.
For 20 years, Graham Plattner has shared his hateful and bigoted beliefs online. Police officers who keep us safe, Plattner says they're all bastards. Black people, Plattner insults them and says they don't tip. And if you dare disagree with Graham Plattner, he calls you retarded and a fag. 20 years of nonstop bigotry and hate from Graham Plattner. Read it yourself at bigotedplattner.com. Pine Tree Results Pack is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Over 250 years ago, we didn't like the taxes, so we dumped the tea. Today, that same unstoppable spirit drives Ram. Now with the Ram Declaration of Deals, we're pledging our allegiance to the American people. 0% financing for 60 months on select 2026 models, or we'll cover your sales tax, plus no monthly payments for 90 days, and a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Because a promise means nothing unless you back it up. Nothing stops America. Nothing stops Ram.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back in, everyone. I'm joined by Everett Eaton, who's the Executive Director of the Bar Harbor Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for joining us. As always, this is sort of like a yearly rite of passage for us at this point.
It is. Thank you for having me back.
Yeah, so of course, Bar Harbor, always bustling, really. There's a few months when it's not. But what should folks expect? What can they look forward to depending on when they're visiting this summer?
Sure. So Father's Day weekend, we have the return of our Art in the Park series. A great opportunity to get that last-minute gift for Dad and support some of the local artists in the area. This is obviously the 250th anniversary of the United States, so we are well known for our 4th of July celebration, and we are planning a bigger and better celebration this year, kicking off very early in the morning with the Rotary's pancake breakfast, going all the way to the night to the fireworks.
Okay.
And then throughout the rest of the summer, from mid-July to about mid-August, we have the family movie nights right by the seaside.
Yeah, can't pick a better spot than that for a family movie night, that is for sure.
Absolutely.
And of course, you know, Bar Harbor always big on 4th of July, but you said you're punching it up this year.
We are. So yes, 250th, so hopefully a bigger parade. Some great acts. Tim Bertina from Trenton is coming down, so she's a main favorite, and then a bigger fireworks show.
And of course, we also know that the Acadia Gateway Center, you know, sort of officially open and running, and so how is that going to add to things in a positive way this summer?
Sure. So if you're looking to visit Bar Harbor and looking to not deal with some of the stress with parking, the Acadia Gateway Center is a great spot to stop, ride the Island Explorer for free, and get a free trip into Bar Harbor.
The Island Explorer is really iconic here in Bar Harbor. It's super fun and, you know, kind of a fixture here.
It is. It's a treasure. We're very lucky to have it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Where can folks go if they want a little more information?
Sure. Visit barharbor.com.
Visit barharbor.com. All right, folks. That is going to do it for us in Averill. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Bobby Charles ran a D.C. consulting firm that advised California Democrats while they were defending sanctuary cities that put illegal aliens back on our streets. Bobby Charles, California values, sanctuary cities. Bobby Charles is liberal on illegal immigration.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Bar Harbor, is brought to you by Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company in Ellsworth. Are you regretting a nightmare tattoo? Well, there is hope. Here, regrets are turned into works of art by professionals. Patriot Homes offers 100% custom-built modular homes. Bring your plans in, or let us help design your dream home. If you're a licensed technician and you want to work, look no further than Ray Plumbing and Heating. Call us today. Whether you're thinking of getting your first tattoo or building onto your collection of skin art,
Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company in Ellsworth provides the safest and most comfortable tattoo and piercing experience.
at Disconnected Tattoo, we'll combine your vision with our art to create something special that will last the test of time.
Don't trust your personal body art to anyone else.
Call Disconnected Tattoo today to schedule your consultation.
Or check out our Facebook page.
Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company in Ellsworth.
I'm Owen McCarthy, running for governor. Here's why they say I can't win. Not a politician. I'm an engineer, business builder, and problem solver. Augusta, they don't do problem solving. No famous last name. Yeah, I'm the son of a logger and a lunch lady from north of Augusta. Plan is too detailed. My plan makes Maine affordable for working people. They say it's too smart for politicians to understand. Too nice. Yeah, I'm not an asshole. I'm Owen McCarthy. Let's prove him wrong.
Garrett Mason is the America First conservative for governor. Mason will fight alongside President Trump to deport criminal illegal aliens and keep Maine families safe. No sanctuary cities in Maine, ever. Garrett Mason is tough on illegal immigration.
Start your day with Good Morning Maine. Weekday mornings starting at 6 on ABC 7.
We're back here in Bangor for sports. High school tennis playoffs are underway, and the John Baptist girls have secured the top seed in Class B North. The Crusaders went 9-3 in the regular season, winning their last 4 matches in a row to pair with some massive wins earlier in the spring. The Crusaders will take on Foxcroft Academy Saturday at 5 in the first round of the playoffs. As the top seed, they'll have a great shot to make a run at a North title that has eluded them for so long. The Crusaders say the key to success this year has been their passion for not only the sport, but also each other.
We've had some success. We really focused a lot on, just improving a little bit every day. That was our whole mission. It wasn't about wins. It wasn't about losses. It was just about getting better and better as we went.
I think we support each other so well, and I think that's really contributed to our success because it's less pressure from our teammates and more like support, like you got this, like go get them.
We have a great group of girls, super hardworking, and I think everyone just loves the game of tennis. So yeah, it's exciting to be out here with all of them. They really are inspiring for me because they always are excited to get out on the courts and just play as much as possible. So.
But the energy from Anna there, I absolutely love that. The San Antonio Spurs stayed alive last night as they forced the Western Conference Finals to a Game 7. With their 118-91 win, the series moves back to Oklahoma City for the win-or-go-home game as both teams are looking to punch their ticket to the finals to take on the Knicks. Victor Wembanyama did his thing again in Game 6, scoring 28 points with 10 rebounds and 2 assists as the Spurs brought the intensity to keep their season alive. Back-to-back MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander disappointed with just 15 points and 4 assists in the loss. And both those stars are ready for what could be a legacy game on Saturday. Here's SGA on how he feels and Wemby on playing desperate.
But how much mental and physical fatigue do you have, and how are you fighting through it?
Oh, I'm good. I'm ready to go. Biggest game of my career. Yep.
Is it the biggest game?
It's the next game, and if I lose, my season's over.
It erases kind of all the little mistakes that we do that are human nature, whether it's in the regular season or previous games. We just got to fight that all the time.
Folks, we are watching the next great NBA rivalry develop before our very eyes. It's been extremely entertaining. Game 7 is tomorrow night. That would be Saturday. For now, that's all the time we have for sports. Here is your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you, Jack. Well, high temperatures for today. We were sitting a little bit cool out there with temperatures in those mid-50s to low 60s. We got 60 here in town, 57 in Bar Harbor. Millinocket is the same at 57, so a pretty cool day for us. And it's going to really cool down for us overnight tonight. Some spots will be in those upper 30s. Otherwise, there'll be many spots in those low 40s. Tomorrow's going to warm up to those low to mid 50s for us, and then another cool evening for us on our day on our night, Saturday night into Sunday, with those temperatures again in those upper 30s to low 40s. Definitely have that light jacket for you, or heavier jacket if you need it, if you have those early morning or late night travel plans for you. Taking a look at the temperature trends, you can see we're sitting in those 50s and 60s right now. We got 57 for Saturday, a little bit warmer as you get on later in the week. We're back in those 60s, but then we got a warm up coming our way for Thursday and Friday. We're back in those upper 70s to low 80s. It's definitely gonna feel much warmer for us out there coming up next week. Future wind gusts do show it is a little breezy out there for us, especially on the coastline. You're gonna see those wind gusts start to pick up, especially overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, and then much of the day tomorrow we'll have wind gusts in the 20s before Sunday morning it finally starts to die down just a little bit. Taking a look at radar, you can see we have some showers that are making their way through the area. Some of these can bring maybe a rumble of thunder. Otherwise, it's just going to be light to moderate rainfall for much of the evening tonight. Those will move out of our area overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Yeah, this will show that here, making way for a very cloudy day for us for our Saturday. Much of the day on Saturday, we may have a sprinkle here or there on Saturday. Other than that, Saturday is going to remain dry for us, making way into our Sunday, where we see some pockets of sunshine, a little bit of rain in there for our Sunday as well. Taking a look after Sunday, we got a lot of rain chances back into our area with some showers and thunderstorms in there as well. For our Monday and our Tuesday, it's going to be a little bit of a rainy week for us as far as starting off the week before we make way for a little bit nicer weather towards the end of the week. For tonight, though, temperatures in the upper 30s. Some spots will be in those low 40s with mostly cloudy skies, some rain showers, and the winds from the northeast at 10 to 25 miles per hour. For tomorrow, temperatures are back in those upper 50s, so it'll feel a little bit warmer out there again. Not too warm, pretty similar than today with mostly cloudy skies, and it is going to be windy with those winds gusting from the northeast at 15 to 30 miles per hour. Taking a look at your extended forecast, we got temperatures in the upper 50s for tomorrow, but then we're back into those 60s up until Wednesday before we do get a nice warm-up coming our way towards the end of next week.
And we will be right back. Stay with us.
If you're a licensed technician and ready to get back to work or make the switch to a rewarding career, then look no further, because Ray Plumbing and Heating is hiring and ready to add you to their family today. For more information, visit rayplumbing.com.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Bar Harbor, is brought to you by Complete Tire Service Incorporated, serving customers in Ellsworth, Bar Harbor, and Blue Hill, as well as surrounding areas with automotive repair and new tires. Deba's 89 Main Street in Bar Harbor, t-shirts, apparel, souvenirs, footwear, jewelry, and fun stuff. Moosehead Motorsports, we provide sales and service for Can-Am, ATVs, side-by-sides, Sea-Doo personal watercrafts, and Ski-Doo snowmobiles around Moosehead Lake.
They say this movement came out of nowhere, but they don't know Maine like we do.
This came out of a whole lot of somewheres.
From lobstermen who've worked too hard for too long, only to be pushed to the brink.
From towns where the closest hospital is hours away.
From workers who pay more in taxes than billionaires.
Loggers who've endured for generations, only for tariffs to make things harder.
Young people who want to own a home to call their own.
Seniors ready to demand the dignity they deserve.
For decades, the powerful have taken.
Piece by piece.
Store by store.
Hospital by hospital.
Shore by shore. They have taken.
They took so much, they began to think we didn't even exist at all.
But they don't know Maine. They don't know the power that we have here. We are taking back what is ours.
I'm Graham Plattner, and I approve this message.
I'm Jordan Wood. Everywhere I go, Mainers tell me they've had enough. Tired of higher costs, exhausted by endless wars, and worn out by corporate greed. Washington is failing us. It's time for a new generation to fight Trump and the billionaires. I've already taken on election deniers and won. I'll never take a dime from corporate PACs or lobbyists. I'm Jordan Wood, and I approve this message because I'll fight corruption, defend our democracy, and finally pass Medicare for all.
If you're a licensed technician and ready to get back to work or make the switch to a rewarding career, then look no further because Ray Plumbing and Heating is hiring and ready to add you to their family today. For more information, visit rayplumbing.com.
Bar Harbor for just a few minutes. One of Bar Harbor's retail leaders is celebrating 40 years in business. Cool as a Moose first opened in 1986 along Main Street in Bar Harbor with its iconic Hermie the Moose logo. Since then, the popular retail shop has expanded throughout the state with 3 different storefronts in Bar Harbor and locations in Portland and Rangeley. Co-owner Ben Dunbar shared with us that his ties to Cool as a Moose go back decades. He first worked there as a teenager, but his history with the store started even earlier, visiting as a child with his mother, who worked there during the business's early years. Since then, he says the store has navigated fluctuating seasons, park closures, and a pandemic. He attributes its success to the welcoming atmosphere they've created, the assortment of apparel that reaches all demographics, and of course, community support.
The community in Bar Harbor and throughout Maine has been incredible. We have really great recognition of the brand. People text me photos of our t-shirts in airports across the country all the time, and I think that also just speaks to that positive, happy message that we have. And that wouldn't be possible if we weren't getting that back from the community that we're in.
Dunbar says they are looking to expand to more locations throughout the state to help diversify into a more winter-friendly business as well. But Bar Harbor will forever be known as the place where Hermie the Moose was born. And finally tonight, a popular Bar Harbor attraction has recently changed hands, and the new owners are hoping to keep the long-standing legacy of Ollie's Trolley alive for generations to come. Our Grace Blanchard brings us that story.
For more than 3 decades, the bell of Ollie's Trolley has rung throughout Bar Harbor and Acadia National Park.
So Ollie's Trolley has been around since 1992, and it's been doing downtown and Acadia National Park tours.
And it remains the only trolley tour on the island.
And people know when they come to Bar Harbor, or if they live locally, they know that we're here to help share Bar Harbor's history and Acadia's history.
This was called Millionaire's Row.
Every trolley ride is different from the last, with each driver offering their own unique style.
Putting my own corny jokes in there and having fun with the group. I mean, this is my niche. I mean, did not ever thought I'd be a tour guide, but here I am, giving tours, and I love it.
They give you a lot of information and just tell you all the unique things about the area.
Its longtime owners recently retired, handing over ownership to the Do Good Group, an organization that aims to create more jobs in Maine and help them stay here.
And we want to keep jobs here in Maine and keep jobs in New England and then reinvest profit. So our goal is to always reinvest back into the community the business is from.
The group's most recent investment was a donation to the Bar Harbor Food Pantry and other nonprofits that address food insecurity. Sturm says they hope to ensure the community thrives while preserving the legacy of some of its most iconic businesses and attractions.
I want to continue making memories and being advocates for Acadia National Park and sharing that history of Bar Harbor because it is rich and unique. And again, no place I've visited is like it.
In Bar Harbor, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And taking another quick look at the beautiful scenery around us before we depart Bar Harbor, you can see, as promised, tide coming in. The sandbar is now partially underwater. Looks like folks managed to get across in time. Always a good thing. That is going to do it for us, folks. From everyone here at ABC 7 News, take care. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you for joining us for our On the Road show here in Bar Harbor, and we'll see you later.
Graham Plattner says police officers are all bastards. He makes racist comments about black people. And if you disagree with Plattner, he calls you retarded and a fag. Read more here. Pine Tree Result Pack is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Tonight, another potential deal with Iran. But what are the terms? Plus, the Ebola outbreak now out of control, the race to contain the spread, and the dangerous cave rescue in rising waters. World News Tonight with David Muir is the most watched newscast in America.
Car accidents can be scary. It can feel like the whole world is crashing down around you. Hurt in a car accident, I'm on top of it. I'm your go-to guy.
Call 222-2222. 20 years of bigotry and hate from Graham Plattner. He calls police officers all bastards, and Plattner insults black people, saying they don't tip. Read more at bigotedplattner.com. Pine Tree Results Pack is responsible for the content of.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
First responders from Kenduskeag and Levant Fire, along with deputies from Penobscot County Sheriff's Department, are credited with using critical life-saving measures to save the life of a 3-year-old boy in what is being called a horrific accident involving a riding lawnmower. Thank you for joining us. I'm Doug Banks. Just after 6 on Thursday, a call came in reporting the young boy had been accidentally run over by a lawn tractor and sustained life-threatening injuries. Kenduskeag first responders and deputies from the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office responded to a residence on Stetson Road in Kenduskeag shortly after receiving the call. Sheriff Troy Morton tells us that the training given to the first responders and quick thinking got the boy treatment and off to Eastern Maine Medical Center with a police escort. They were able to stabilize the child before he was life-flighted to Boston, where he remains in critical condition. Our thoughts are with them tonight. In other news, the name